Hello everyone and welcome back to our page. In today's video we will be talking about the seasonal workers visa and how to apply. Without wasting time, let's begin. You can apply for a seasonal worker visa to come to the UK and work in horticulture for up to 6 months, for example, picking fruit and vegetables or flowers. Poultry from the 18th of October to the 31st of December in the same year.
You need to apply for poultry seasonal worker visas by the 15th of November each year.
You can apply for horticulture seasonal worker visas at any time of year. You'll need to have a sponsor. Meet the other eligibility requirements. This visa has replaced the temporary worker, seasonal worker visa, T5. You can apply for a visa up to 3 months before the day you are due to start work in the UK. This date is listed on your certificate of sponsorship. As part of your application, you'll need to prove your identity and provide your documents. You may need to allow extra time if you need an appointment to do this. You'll find out if you need one when you start your application. Once you've applied online, proved your identity and provided your documents, you'll usually get a decision on your visa within 3 weeks. You will need to pay the application fee. Prove you have enough personal savings. You can stay in the UK up to 6 months for horticulture work. From the 18th of October to the 31st of December each year for poultry work. You can enter the UK as soon as your visa is valid, up to 14 days before the start date of your job. What you can and cannot do. You can work in the job described in your certificate of sponsorship. Study. For some courses you'll need an academic technology approval scheme certificate. You cannot take a permanent job. Work in a second job or a job that isn't described in your certificate of sponsorship. Get public funds. Bring family members with you. Eligibility. You must be 18 or over when you apply and have both of the following: a certificate of sponsorship reference number from your UK sponsor. Enough money to support yourself in the UK. You usually need to have at least £1,270 available, unless you're exempt. A certificate of sponsorship is a reference number which holds information about the job and your personal details. It's not an actual certificate or paper document. Your sponsor will give you your certificate of sponsorship reference number. You'll need to add your certificate of sponsorship reference number to your visa application form. You can only use it once. Your certificate of sponsorship is valid for 3 months from the date it's assigned to you. You must have at least £1,270 in your bank account to show you can support yourself in the UK. You will need to have had the money available for at least 28 days in a row. Day 28 must be within 31 days of applying for this visa. You usually need to show proof of this when you apply, unless your sponsor can cover your costs during your first month in the UK, up to £1,270. If your sponsor can support you instead, your certificate of sponsorship must confirm this. Your sponsor will need to complete the Sponsor Certifies Maintenance section on your certificate.
3. Documents you must provide.
When you apply, you'll need to provide your certificate of sponsorship reference number. Your sponsor will give you this: a valid passport or other document that shows your identity and nationality. Evidence that you have enough personal savings to support yourself in the UK, for example bank statements, unless your certificate of sponsorship shows your sponsor can support you. You need a blank page in your passport for your visa. If you have another type of travel document, for example, a stateless person's travel document, it must have space for your visa. You must also provide a certified translation of any documents that are not in English or Welsh, apart from your passport. The Home Office might ask you to provide additional documents after you apply. 4. Apply. You must apply online for this visa. As part of your application, you'll need to prove your identity. How you do this depends on where you're from and what type of passport you have. You'll either have your fingerprints and photograph taken at a visa application center. Use the UK Immigration ID Check app to scan your identity document. You'll also create or sign into your UK Visas and Immigration (UKVI) account. You'll be told what you need to do when you apply. If you do need an appointment, the centre may need to keep your passport and documents while they process your application. You may have to travel to get to your nearest visa application centre. This could be in another country. Wish you well in your seasonal worker visa application. If you find this information useful, kindly subscribe and share.